live and high definition. Always tracking, always watching, always on. This is Region 8 News at 10.
We began tonight in Paragould, where city officials are warning residents of an out-of-state company going door-to-door without city approval to sell their product. This after several complaints to the city clerk's office.
It have several elderly citizens saying that they did purchase things from solicitors just to get them to leave because they were scared of their sales tactics.
Unauthorized solicitors knocking on doors throughout Paragould. The company, Elite Security Services out of Orem, Utah. City Clerk Andrea Williams says the company initially contacted the city about obtaining a privilege license to do business in Paragould.
I questioned them that day as to whether they were going to be selling, and she said no, they'd already sold the system. They were just going to be installing it.
Turned out 13 employees with the company were in town to canvass the area.
And told them at that time they had to come in and purchase a solicitor's license and be subject to background checks before they could do that.
She says it was that night that she got the first resident complaint, which led Williams to check out the company with the Better Business Bureau.
They had an F rating, and it was mainly because of their product and issues with advertising and sales issues.
With almost 100 complaints filed, Williams says they never issued the company a license. Police were alerted of the situation, which then led to 3 different citations. We decided to reach out to Arkansas Attorney General Dustin McDaniel's office, who received 13 complaints about the company over the past year. Under the Arkansas Home Solicitation Act, customers can cancel any home solicitation sale within 3 days of the purchase. The Consumer Protection Division also advises people to never let any solicitor into your home without proper identification. While every city might have different ordinances in place, Williams says those approved to sell door-to-door in Paragould will have a lanyard like this one.
They can't ask for this if someone comes knocking on their door. If they can't provide it, they need to call the police department right then.
Williams says after the 3 citations, they haven't had any more issues. We did try to contact the company for comment, but have yet to hear back from them at this time. Also new at 10, Michael Brown of Jonesboro was reportedly fenced in as police chased him Wednesday. Police say Brown was being arrested for driving on a suspended license when he fled. After running into some tall fences, police say Brown eventually gave himself up. They found marijuana in his vehicle. He is in the Craighead County Jail on a parole hold. A motorcycle driver who fled from police is now motorcycle-less and facing multiple charges tonight. According to the Caruthersville Police Department, police tried to pull over the driver, but he sped away and ran several stop signs. After a brief chase, the driver left the motorcycle and fled on foot, but the motorcycle then caught fire. Police later found and arrested the driver at his home. Missouri's veterans' homes will soon cash in on gambling money now that Governor Jay Nixon signed a new bill into law that changes the way the lotto and gaming funds are distributed. But the legislation redirects money that currently benefits early childhood programs. The law will cut $3 million to preschools this year, and it has some wondering where the money will come from.
We'll have other fund sources that can come back and help make up a significant portion of that. We're going through the budget right now.
According to the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, money for early childhood programs could come from tobacco settlement funds. Meanwhile, the Veterans Home Bill goes into effect July 1st of this year. Young's General Contracting in Poplar Bluff, a Little Rock, and Kentucky company all received contracts to repair the Birds Point levee. According to the Army Corps of Engineers, the contracts combined cannot exceed $2 million. Last May, the Corps breached the levee to lower water levels. As a result, 130,000 acres of Missouri farmland and dozens of homes were damaged. Well, today we got some much-needed rain across Region 8. Ryan, I know you were talking earlier about how most of it's pretty much out of here, a few scattered showers.
Yeah, a few little leftover showers are still out there, and folks are really loving getting the rain, especially still getting some rain. And as we go through the overnight hours, we're going to continue to see these move out of here. If you notice, we still have a little bit of rain around Blytheville. This is moving through Blytheville and coming through Armorell right now. Burdett seeing some rain as well. A little shower left over around Kaiser and Osceola and Lepanto. You have some showers in the area. Joiner's about to get a little bit more also. So not much in the way of rainfall, but just enough to still add to the rainfall amounts. Now, nothing severe with this. In fact, if we look at this in a 3-dimensional look, this is really not even building up to 20,000 feet. So not much with this. Satellite radar showing all this moving out of here and moving down to the southeast. Here's some of the hail we saw earlier, Raylyn. McGorrick sent this in from Gideon. And how about this picture? That's the Goodyear blimp flying over Poinsett County. Coming up, we've got more pictures to show you of a great looking sunset this evening, and we'll talk about cooler air moving in.
Thanks, Ryan. If you live in Missouri, well, there's a possibility you might be depressed. That is according to a new study that ranks Missouri among the worst when it comes to mental health. The study points to money as the #1 factor, but also a variety of social and economic factors and a lack of resources. But there is good news. The study did give the states some props for proactive mental health programs. And it's not a connection to heaven, but for many families who have lost loved ones, Facebook is helping them heal. Soldiers' families, like that of specialist James Burnett Jr., can reach out to friends, express their loss, and hear hopeful messages from friends, all via his Facebook page. Megan Jensen lost her daughter Abby to brain cancer just last year, but she still hears from friends on her daughter's birthday.
And I knew that there would be messages on there, but I didn't realize how many. And to know how tickled she would have been to know that everyone remembered.
Now the family is putting together a 250-page book of all the Facebook posts for Abby's sisters. Facebook is not the only website where people are doing this. Caring Bridge and many other websites keep pages active long after someone's death. Miami, Florida police officers suspect bath salts may have caused a man to strip down and eat another man's face. This was the scene just before an officer shot and killed Rudy Eugene after he refused to stop eating the face of 65-year-old homeless man Ronald Popo. UAMS Assistant Professor Dr. Shane Spite says the recreational drug is extremely potent.
People that are under the influence of bath salts can have hallucinations, agitation, delirium, psychotic episodes. They do get a general high, which is again what they're looking for. But all of these bad effects and negative effects that go along with that is certainly not something that they want.
Dr. Spite says the bath salt drug is not the same as the bath salts you find in stores. The street drug is only marketed that way to try to get around law enforcement. Possessing and selling bath salts is banned in 38 states, including Arkansas and Missouri. The American Red Cross helps thousands of people in Region 8, and now there's a way you can help them. Tomorrow, KAIT and the Jonesboro Radio Group will host a Red Cross-a-thon. You can donate to the local Red Cross chapter just by picking up the phone and dropping some change into a bucket along the road. All money stays right here in Northeast Arkansas. Again, be sure to keep watching for the bucket locations and phone number to call tomorrow for the 3rd annual Red Cross-a-thon. The Southside School District has seen the effects of hunger in its community and has since opened a food pantry on campus just about a year ago. The school district lent one of its buildings to the Southside 4-H Club last June. The club has since provided boxes of food to families in need twice a week. Volunteers now serve about 300 people a month, and the 4-H Club president, Lane Collin, hopes to service more people even after he leaves Southside.
Well, I hope there are more people to help volunteer when I'm gone off to college. I hope there'll be more people here, more people coming, and I hope we can just keep it going.
The Southside 4-H Club would like to also open a clothing closet in the near future. Volunteers say the building next to the food pantry is the perfect spot. And this afternoon, we announced the 2012 Teacher of the Year and our Scholarship Salute winners at the Fowler Center Grand Hall. 30 outstanding high school grads were presented a scholarship salute candidates: Kelby Zerwanka from West Plains, Jalen Smith from Harrisburg, Amber Rowland from Buffalo Island, and Audrey Jane Hicks from Crowley's Ridge Academy were this year's recipients. We revealed Jamie Scott as our 2012 Teacher of the Year, who took home a plaque and $250. She'll get to spend that on her classroom. Of course, congratulations to all of our candidates and winners. A mistrial and one not guilty count coming up on Region 8 News at 10. Hear what John Edwards had to say about today's verdict. And later, it looks like it's going to be a long mosquito season. Find out how your phone can actually help you fight off the bugs.
Region 8 News at 10 is sponsored by Kavanaugh Ford Lincoln and Hank's Fine Furniture.